Hello again, mate. Welcome to episode 131 of the Toy Division Graffiti Podcast. This episode is the first ever audio and video edited together episode. I fucked up quite a few bits when I was recording it. You might notice the images and the audio. The audio is okay, but the images, yeah, you'll see as you watch this. Obviously, if you're still listening to this on Spotify or other podcast platforms, you can check out the video version on Spotify or via the YouTube channel. Enough of my rambling. Let's jump straight in and please enjoy. Okay, so as you will have heard from the introduction, I'm here today with a person who has listed themselves as 123, so they're keeping it minimal. And it's 7:06 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and I was just telling our guest how I've just been clearing up cat shit smeared all over our house. So just what you want when you're waking up. So, do you want me to refer to you as 123, or what would you prefer?
Whatever's easiest. 123 works.
I need to have a straw. Hang on. Old man with my metallic straw. 100%. I got that from a fancy bar, and they had these metallic straws, and we were like, yeah, we should keep those. We should keep that.
Yeah.
As we get older. Just going to drink it through a straw now. Nice hot coffee. Delicious. Okay, all right. So this is the first episode. So if anyone notices on the video, they're like, what the fuck is that floating? Is it a UFO? It's actually the mic. And what I'm trying to do is keep the mic out of the shot. So I just cannot move. So I just disappear. So if people are wondering, that's what it is. So today's guest has been the first person to kindly say that they will do one of these photo talk-throughs with me. So I've got to go to work. He's very likely got to go to work soon, so that's why we're starting early. But let's start going through these photos, I guess. Yeah, see how it goes. So you gave a selection, so let's bring it up on the screen. And one thing I learned the other day was that you need to kind of zoom in. So let's start with your first photo, and then we're going to talk through these photos and what they mean to you, where you took it, etc. Because I think interviews are great, and I know you've not been interviewed before on Toy Division, but this is a new sort of format to try and tie it in together with video. Because I don't know about you, Mr. 123, or aka Ladderman, I find people just talking a bit boring at times, so let's try and spice it up a bit. All right. Okay, what is this one here? Okay, so this is I'm going to zoom in a bit here. So this is Two Rise. Do you want to talk us through where this was and what it means to you? Because it's a nice throw up.
Yeah. So I guess for context, this photo was taken about 10 years ago, not long after I first started my interest in graffiti culture. But during that time, I was way more involved in character-based stuff. Mm-hmm. And so I was traveling in Europe, and would you believe this photo was in Barcelona? So not London, as you might imagine, but this was mostly I was taking photos of character-based graffiti, and for whatever reason, I really liked this letter-based one, so I took a photo of it. I couldn't even read it at the time. It wasn't until much later, once I was a bit more involved in the letter-based stuff, that I actually had a proper look at it and went, holy cow, that's Two Rise, and that's not the style that he's doing these days, or has been doing for quite a while.
So you found then that at the time, was it not? I don't really like the term, and you might notice I'm writing things down. I'd like to write notes because I've got a terrible memory. did you find that kind of opened your eyes to graffiti in a slightly different context then, rather than, you know, character-based stuff, amazing, but then seeing that throw up and you're kind of like, wow, okay. Is that kind of what you're getting at, that it kind of opened your eyes to a different type, or kind of, because a lot of people, I think, naturally we get into this sort of stuff by seeing characters because they're very appealing, aren't they? Because they're like cartoon characters and what we've seen in comic books. Did you find that this was a bit of a game changer for you in terms of looking at letters more than characters?
I would say so. Definitely. Like, if I go back in my camera roll from that era, most of it was character-based stuff. So for whatever reason, this just struck a chord. I just thought, that's dope. Couldn't even read it, but I'm like, that's dope.
Yeah, and I mean, the thing is with throw-ups, technically they're meant to be quite simple, but with this one, definitely, there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And it's pretty well nailed, isn't it? I mean, actually, now I'm looking at it, I'm not surprised that you couldn't read the two. I mean, all of it, really. When you're just like a new writer, it's so hard to read, and especially if you haven't really been looking at letter-based stuff as well.
Yeah.
And this was in Barcelona about 10 years ago. Now, I went to Barcelona probably about 20 years ago, actually with my much younger brother and my mum. So when my brother was he's about 7 or 8, I think. So he was super young. And I remember just being kind of blown away. I'd never been to I hadn't been to a city where there was that much graffiti just on the streets. No, I hadn't been to Berlin by that point. I hadn't been to anywhere else. Definitely hadn't been to Melbourne. And yeah, it was pretty eye-opening. Okay, well, that's an interesting one. And good choice. I like that. I don't know if you can see this on the screen. Can you see that little dot there that I'm wobbling? Drag to move?
No.
I don't know what it is. It's a little editing thing. Okay, all right. Okay, it must be a new operating system thing then. Okay. Okay, so I go stop share, and then I let's bring up this number. These are just for listeners and viewers now. And actually, if you're just listening to this, it would probably be best to go and check this out, the video version, which hopefully will be in the Spotify app and will be on YouTube. And if people, I'm going to be really annoying, if you can go and do a subscribe and a like on those various platforms, that would be really good because it helps with the algorithm or whatever. All right, let's jump into this second one. We've got I haven't shared that. Okay, we've got the piece that I'm about to bring up says Fato. And also underneath, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit for the viewers. Oh, no, there we go. It actually says Zi0nists drink piss. So that's interesting. It's an interesting statement.
Good spot.
And it looks like underneath there's a wonk piece underneath that. I can recognise that W, O, and N and K.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so what is it about this Fato piece? Now, I'm going to be really annoying. I'm going to guess this is Melbourne because I'm looking at the architecture behind it. I'm looking how hammered it is. And I know wonk gets up in other cities other than just Melbourne, but I'm guessing this is Melbourne, right?
Correct.
Wow, nailed it. Okay. And 25, unless that's the 25th throw up that person did, or it's not really a throw up, is it? For our audio listeners, it's a straight letter, really. Although the bottom's, yeah, it's technically a straight letter. Okay, so what does this mean to you and why?
So I'm in Melbourne at the moment, and I'd say the beginning of 2025, this person was popping up, and has also struck a chord with me. Really like the style and the spots that are chosen. This person's not from Melbourne, and I like how they've just come in out of nowhere, and it's clear that they've had many years of experience just through their line work. Sorry, my cat's using the litter box.
We're both having cat issues. All viewers and listeners this morning.
Yeah.
So choosing the right spots.
Choosing the right choosing the right spots, and it's also it's very clear that this person's trying not to stand on people's toes. Like I feel like they're doing a lot of ladder spots, like above. This photo is probably not the best example because there is a slight clip, but for the most part,
very, very, very slight. I mean, if someone got angry about that, you'd be like, hang on, be more worried about the person that's written Zionist drink piss and then whatever that. I think it's the last tag there. Like, it's hard to read, but yeah. And also, someone's done the wonderful. And this is the other reason why I wanted to do these episodes, is just to give people visual examples of things where I'm like, don't do that. Like, if you're like, oh, I'm gonna go out with a pen and I'm gonna do a tag, don't do this here. Do not put a tag in someone else's piece unless you've got beef with them or you want to start beef. Don't do that. Like, do not do that. Secondly, wheat pasting, so putting paper over pieces, don't do that either.
Yeah.
I think that's often a thing which I find really annoying. You know, you go somewhere and someone's just gone, oh, I'm doing an art project, I'm just going to wheat paste. Oh, it's just over graffiti. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I just keep butting in. Okay, so this person is, trying not to stand on others' toes, and you've noticed that. So what is it about the style that you're enjoying in particular? Is there anything that springs to mind?
So legibility for me is huge, especially with going on freeways, moving through a street quickly. Like, if I can't read it,
yes,
I'm less likely to register it, and therefore less likely to even follow this person's work. So Fado has some complex designs, but I'd say mostly the stuff's very legible. But I know you've experienced this as well. Like, you think the more simple a style, the easier it would be to do, but it's just not the case. And like, though it looks simple and straightforward, it's, like I said, it's a product of many.
Yes, I agree, because I would say it looks very easy to do simple, but I think a lot of people do add extra bits on top of pieces to hide. I would just say, if you one of the toughest things to do is a really nice straight letter that has one or two, maybe three colours in it. It's actually way more difficult to do, especially when this person's up on a ladder. And I have expressed to you in person my difficulty with being up on ladders. I struggle with heights, so I get very wobbly, and I find it very difficult to have any type of concentration because my hands are kind of shaking. I did try and do climbing to get over that, but it didn't make it any better. So shout out to Fato. Also shout out to Two Rise from that last photo. Okay, let's jump into this next photo. As I said, these are just the order which it uploaded to on my computer. Now I'm going to do another. I don't know. Maybe this is Sydney. Actually, I don't know. I'll let you tell me rather than trying to guess. All right. Well, we have someone who I've mentioned on this podcast before. Who I don't like to blow smoke up people's arse, but this person definitely I'm a big fan. So yeah, do you want to tell, because the viewers can see this, if you're listening to this just on audio, big up for that, but go and check out the video version, it's much better, I would say. So who is this person and why does this mean something to you? How is it, just tell us a bit more.
So this is just a holo from this would have been like 3 years ago. The placement just on a nice painted back wall, just I don't know. Again, this is just someone who has been dedicated, and like I said before, legibility was a praising point for me, but a lot of pre stuff isn't so legible. But the style is clearly his. No one's doing what he's doing. So you can just see his stuff at a glance, and like he could be spelling out the alphabet, but you know that's Pri. This just caught my eye because it used to be on one of my walks, and you know when you just know a route so well, you know the slight changes that happen. Like I just walked past one day and thought that wasn't there yesterday, and I love this person's work, so took the photo. And yeah, I love just the quick stuff, you know. So there's no extras to this. It's just very much so Pri in a nutshell.
Yeah, and if anyone's listening to the audio again, if you are dedicated to just listening to us in audio, amazing. But Pri, correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Ladderman or Mr. 123, whatever you want to refer to yourself as. Pri is it's the French spelling of Pri. So people might be thinking P-R-E. It's P-R-I-X for X-ray, and it's like Grand Prix. So like racing Formula One. So if you imagine P-R-I-X, and I would definitely say Pri. I personally, and again, I'm a fanboy. Fuck it, who cares? A style master for me. The amount of variety, but also simplicity with complexity. And I know that's almost like a paradox. Like, how can it be simple and complex? But you can just see. I mean, there's some Pri tags popped up at the end of my road at the weekend, and there's three Pri. There's 3 different tags, and they're all a different style. And it's like, wow. And I'm a big fan of Pri, so that's a really good choice. And also, you're right here, it's literally a can of black, and it's so complex, but like you were saying, you can recognize the style, because I think that's a big thing, isn't it? You know, when someone does enough graph, you can recognize their style because it's unique.
Like maybe the whole wall's buffed except for like the top left corner, but because you have the top left corner, you still know who's done it.
Yeah, I mean, I heard a podcast once, I can't remember which one it was, so I can't put it in the show notes, but it was talking about how the writer MQ, so M for Mike, Q for what's the phonetic alphabet for Q? Q for
good question.
Shit, I'll have to go through it. A for alpha, B for M for Mike, Q for shit, I don't know. It's anyway, Q for
Queen.
That's what's that?
Queen.
No, but that's not the phonetic alphabet.
Right.
So there's the military, and not that I've ever been in the It's just annoying me now because I used to know it off by heart. Not that I've ever been in the police or in the. If anyone's like, hang on, Q for Quebec. Yeah, there we go. I should have. I thought it must be. So Q for Quebec. Anyway, sorry everyone. That's side story. MQ, who's very well known for throw ups. I believe it might have been San Francisco. If I'm not getting it right, write an angry comment in the YouTube comments, whatever, saying someone was saying that for a period of time, MQ just did the outline and filled in his throw-ups. And because he was that prolific, you could recognize what it was, but it didn't need an outline. And I'm like, that's when someone's at a level beyond everything, isn't it? It's literally just a chrome blob. And you're like, yeah, that's the MQ thing.
No.
Also, if anyone's seeing things in this or hearing things and then going, oh, I need to say that blah, blah, blah also writes blah, 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 and they used to do blah, 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 and they live in blah, blah, blah. Don't do that. It's something I'm having to really raise, the dry snitching thing. Just if anyone's listening to this, don't give your words of wisdom about where someone lives or what they used to write, because that could get people in some shit. So no dry snitching, people. All right, okay. And that is a really good example. These are really good choices. Let's go this next one. Okay, so this one is a tag. So this is my bread and butter of love. So we've got rotten. Can I try and spell this out? ROTEN, I think. Is that it?
Rotor.
Oh, well, that's an R. Sorry. Yes. Okay. Now you say it. Yeah, that is an R. Okay. So this is a rotor tag on a pull down gate. So what does this mean to you? The R-O-T-E-R. So would that be pronounced rotter then? Do you reckon?
Well, I've pronounced it rotor. I don't actually know for sure. I've never heard anyone else reference this person. It's just I've only ever seen tags of this person in various parts of the world. So this photo was taken in Chiang Mai in Thailand.
Oh yeah.
2 years ago. And I saw a handful of this person's tags. And I started seeing this person in Melbourne. So I always get that when I know someone, has frequented Melbourne and then or even lives in Melbourne, and then I see them overseas. So it's just, I'm sure you'd get this as well. It's a surge of excitement. Oh, this person's here. Cool. And, you might notice more throughout your travel. So I saw a few hand styles from Rotor and just got excited. And again, like this person has different styles. Often the tags aren't the same. So like how this one's all like lent back, and how it's on a roller door, which is a super common canvas in Chiang Mai and Thailand in general. It's thrashed over there. Just I love a nice hand style on a very street style canvas, and this ticked that box for me. And I'm still seeing tags from this person in different parts of the world,
Well, you know what you've done there really well is you've kind of sparked my mind about the wonders of so I'm trying to bring up a video clip to sum up what you were saying about the hang on, I'm just gonna, because I was listening but something sprung into my mind. Can you hear that?
No.
Oh. Why did share sound? That's weird. So you can't hear what I'm playing on the screen?
No. Maybe
okay.
Captions.
Sorry, say that again?
Maybe captions?
Yeah, okay, so I'm going to try one more time. It's just because what you said there about, so I'll go share sound, Kings and Toys. Participants can now see your application
name. There will be always.
You can hear that?
I can hear that.
Great. Okay. So this, I think, is just to explain to people why, because people go, why do you do graffiti? What is it about graffiti that you find interesting? Why? And then mode 2, very old school, well-respected UK writer from the Chrome Angels, I believe, as a crew. Also, if people are like, oh, the fucking video on this is shit. This is a documentary from like the 1990s, so some of you might not have even been born then. Okay, let's just go cinema mode so it can take up the whole screen, and I'll stop talking.
It's a guy who would start drawing his name.
2 years ago, I went to London for Christmas, and I walked down Shaftesbury Avenue, and like 2 days later, I walk through it and I see Dwayne tags and a few other local things. So now I know that some guy from Sweden passed through Shaftesbury Avenue between this and this date using this and this color, and where it's placed and how it's placed and how big it is or how it's shaped gives you an idea of the movements he had to do to make it,
So the placement of the tag is really subtle. There's subtleties in it, as well as the thing of dangerous places, harder places, tags by police stations, and risky things like that.
All right, well, I could play that whole fucking thing, but that just got me super excited. I was like, yes, fucking yes! That's something which I think is really important, because it's obviously been an appeal of graffiti, and the rotor or rotter, maybe you can pronounce it both ways, like you seeing that in Thailand, it's almost like pattern recognition. And then when you see someone pop up in a different city, it gets me super G'd up. It's like when I go to, so I'll be in Melbourne and I'll see, let's say, someone who gets about a lot. Okay, Renks, XTC, GSD, BOT, etc. Most people who know something about graph will know who Renks is, and I'll see then Renks tags and hollow throw ups in Sydney, and then I'll go to London and then I'll see some Renks and ochre throw ups next to each other, and I'm just like, it's like, yes, the pattern is there, they are there. And that's, I think, a big appeal. And that's why I would say to people, get out and actually look at graffiti in real life. Looking at it on the internet is one thing, even though we're doing exactly that by putting these videos out. Yeah. But getting out there and seeing who's active and exploring places is a huge part of graffiti. And that is also a really nice tag, Rotor. All right. Sorry to...
No, I love that. That was all bang on. That insert with the video as well described what I was talking about perfectly.
There you go. Thanks. Shout out to Mode2 and whoever that second person was that I didn't credit. But if people want to check this out, I will put this into the show notes. And it's Kings and Toys Graffiti Doc. That's part 1, but I'll try and put the full one in there. Because learning your history and learning who people are and where all this stuff comes from, it's a really important part of this culture. Or you might just be like, fuck you, old man. I'm just going to go bombing because I'm a king of my street. All right, okay. Okay, it's only 7:30, so that's good. So are you happy to go? Are you okay to go for another, say, half an hour? Is that possible?
Yeah.
Legend. All right, and this is going well. This is getting me super G'd, so I'm ready to go bombing in my work clothes. All right, okay. All right, now this is, I've just zoomed in a little bit to help the viewers. Okay, so this is a throw up here on another pull down gate. Do you want to tell us a bit more about this one?
So this photo was taken in Barcelona around the same time as that 2-rise throwy.
Yeah.
This throw, I never actually got to the bottom of the full spell out. I'm fairly sure the first part of the throw is a B. And forgive me, viewers, but I might say it's Bunes, B-U-N-E-S, because I was seeing straights by that person around Barcelona as well. I'm just doing a bit of forensics here, putting 2 and 2. I could be wrong, but
can I just say as well, the eyes look like their letters as well. Yeah,
they do, hey. Is it like a B and an A?
And is the nose part, is that an L?
Like a backwards L.
Like it's like B-L-A. What did you say you think the name might have been?
Potentially Bunes, B-U-N-E-S.
Oh, I got that wrong. Actually, this would be a great thing. If anyone knows, put it into the comments. Put it into the comments. And I'll only be leaving that open on the YouTube channel because for some reason the Spotify... Actually, no, you know what? I'm going to start opening up comments. But yeah, what is it about? Because I think this is a beautiful combination of both characters and can control and simplicity. What is it that appealed to you with this one?
So during that time was more my character-based interest. So this probably was quite influential again with the leading into the letter-based stuff. Like here, this is a throw, but it has a character in it, so it's kind of like a bridge into a different space of graffiti. But this person's just repetition, like everywhere I went in Barcelona, I was seeing this character, and yeah, you just couldn't help but notice it. The roller doors are massive in Barcelona as well. But this person, it didn't matter. Streets, freeways, tracksides, like I was just seeing that character everywhere, and I thought it just felt right to take a photo of this stuff at the time, because I have been back since and they're not as frequent, they're not as common as they once were.
As in this person's work? Sorry to interrupt, but as in this person's work or roller doors being
this
painted?
This person's work. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah.
No, the gates are still thrashed. But I've got to ask you, Mr. TD. I know you've been to Barcelona. Have you seen this character?
I don't remember seeing this, but as I said, it was. I think I was like 20 years old, so it was probably about 22 years ago. Yeah. So I got quite a few photos. This is why I want to start doing these episodes, because I can start digging through albums. Because I don't know, like you, I've got so many photos in so many places, both of my own not amazing paintings and ones I'm kind of happy with, but also because I'm such a fan of graffiti, I've been taking photos solidly since like the very late 90s. But what I can just describe, if someone's listening to this in audio, and again, if you're listening to this in audio, probably go to the YouTube or open up the video option on your Spotify app or whatever platform you're using, because this is way more important. But the bee it's got a face in it with eyebrows, a nose, a mouth, eyes, which we're speculating maybe that's a crew, maybe it's BA crew this person's in, who knows. But I think I would completely agree with you, is that it's this perfect intersection between characters and traditional throw-up simplicity graph. And one thing I really did notice when I was in Barcelona was it really felt people were way more free to express themselves using things like characters and symbols. And, you know, first time I remember seeing a really high up roller piece and thinking, how the fuck have they got the paint so like smooth with spray cans? And how did they abseil? I had no idea about rollering, because I guess for me, coming from England or the UK, well, from the south of England, it was very much like chrome and black with some white highlights. And if you did a 2-color background, people were like, fucking hell, bruv, you're pushing the style too far. So that's definitely something I remember about Barcelona, being way more like seemingly free and creative about what you could call graffiti. Do you know what I mean? Like seeing that, I was like, I'd never seen anything like that 20 plus years ago. It was all just like sketchy little tags and stuff. So I know I'm going off at a tangent, but yeah.
Yeah, Barcelona, fantastic city for graffiti.
100%. And I think when I went there, I don't know if it was true at the time, but there was a rumour that you'd only get a €50 fine if you got done for bombing.
Right.
I didn't find that out, but yeah, I went street bombing on my own at like 4:30 a.m. because it was the European summer. And all right, so next one. All right, now, what is this? And just for our audio listeners, it's a tag that I believe says louder, Louder. Do you want to tell us? Yeah. What is it about this one, or what's? Yeah, why have you chosen this one?
Oh, I think we can understand how good a mop tag feels on a bit of glass. Excuse me. I just saw this. I thought, I love this person's hand. They frequent the northern suburbs. I'd say primarily with just hand styles. Really like the style. I love how it tilts from left down to the right. The overlapping letters and the drips are just perfect. And like it being on a shop front that's been renovated.
All right, so this. Sorry, I am listening.
Yeah. Just the backdrop being covered with for painting, I assume, in the actual building. Like the photos come out fantastic. I don't know. I love tags. I love just a tag sitting by itself with no other graffiti around it. Like any types of graffiti, actually, a throw up with no graffiti around it, a piece with no graffiti around it, just so that it takes the shine.
Yeah.
And Melbourne shop fronts, when they're closed for renovations, they get grilled, hammered. So this is very this is a small opportunity to capture a moment.
Yeah, and I mean, what the reason why I was in the background? Sorry, did you hear the noise? Did you hear
Yeah,
what I?
briefly.
Oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was trying to do it quietly in the background. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share here, because this is something when you said talks about loud. Also, if you look at this photo, well, this is a bit of footage. So go check out Toy Division Podcast YouTube channel. Melbourne Graffiti Creek Trail Walk. This is actually a louder piece.
Yeah, nice.
LOUD. With a louder tag underneath. And when you then... So what we were talking about, because I want to use this as an example of when you see something by someone that you've seen before, and then your mind jumps to, oh, I've seen that before. Okay, this person, and you build up this thing in your mind.
Game of memory.
Yeah. And I'm also... I hope that didn't then just share my other bits on my screen, but I'll find out when I'm editing it. I have to blur some things out. Okay, so yeah, so I really agree with you. Like a nice, simple, and also it's really nice placement. The way that it's kind of going, starting up high, it's going lower, and there's a lot of overlaps. I have to say, it's a really nice tag, and very drippy as well. And also, like you were saying, in that background is almost like a perfect sort of background, and then in the photo as well, it's really good photo as well, because then gives you the whole street view as well.
Yeah.
You can see up here there's a sneaky little cola tag. It is backwards. Little cola tag. So cola and world, definitely some heavy hitters from Melbourne. Well, no, I'm not saying they're from Melbourne. Painting in Melbourne. I'm not saying anyone is or isn't from any city in particular. We're just saying where we've spotted these graffitis.
Yeah.
Okay, and if it is distracting for me to keep jumping into like bring up videos and please tell me, because I have a habit of going, oh yeah, I'll add that in, yeah. Silently. Okay, all right. Now this is another photo for the audio only listeners. Again, go and check out the YouTube or your video function, because it must be quite hard to imagine what we're talking about. I'm trying to zoom in, but it'll only go... Anyway, I think that's probably big enough. Okay, so what is this and who is this? I would personally say I'm a big fan of this person's work. So, yeah, what does this mean to you, and why have you chosen it as one of your photos to present or discuss today?
So this is a photo of Husk, JKT CC.
Shout out to the CC crew, Chrome
yeah.
Crusaders. Shout out to the CC crew.
Fantastic crew, doing great stuff. I've been following Husk's work for quite a number of years now. Definitely, actually don't know if it's never met them. They've been doing work consistently for a while now, and was paired up with EISR, EISR, however you pronounce that. They would go about quite a bit. I always loved seeing what they would come up with. So I had quite a good catalogue of work in my mind before I took this photo. But this photo was taken in Thailand, Pai, up the northern spot of Thailand. And it just caught me off guard. I was just, you're traveling, turn around a corner, whoa, there that person is. And like how they've got one letter that's a different color. For me, I don't know if this is true, but when you're traveling, you want to be packing light, and it kind of reminded me of like maybe they've got scraps, and cool, I've got scraps, I'm moving to a different part of Thailand now. I've got to like work with what I got. This is how I can finesse it. I don't know if that's true, but I've had to do that when I've been traveling, just come up with some, different schemes to make it work with what's in your artillery. But the style is like, there's a lot going on. There's so many details to this. Kind of scrappy in some spots as well. Like the 3Ds kind of like just got a bit of line work, which makes me think, again, maybe just limited on supplies.
I really like Husk, whatever we're going to say is style, because it's like you were trying to describe there, and we don't know the specific reason as to why, but when someone hasn't got that overly polished need to make everything clean. Because I get why people do that. I get why people want their pieces to be clean. But I think someone where it's what I would describe it as, it's embracing the medium. So we're talking about, like, you know, what shadows here, where it's literally a few kind of scribble marks or a few dots. The problem is that I tried to do that myself, and I took it so far that you just couldn't really read it. It just ended up my pieces look like Christmas trees. I'm now trying to move back to being more clean, but I mean, Husk stuff is just inspiring, because I'm looking at it now, and I mean, look at this bit. The bit I'm looking at is here, where it's like the scribble for the 3D, and you're right, you never know. It could be that actually they had way more black, and they kind of got halfway through, and they're like, oh shit, I'm just going to do like squiggles and bubbles and stuff. But it works so well together. It is a bit, yeah. Shout out to Husk, and shout out to the CC crew as well. Yeah. It's a really nice piece. Yeah, and I actually see some Husk stuff pop up in various places around Melbourne. I'm always just like, yes, nice. And another person where you can recognise that style.
Yeah.
And it is readable. That's the thing. Again, it's like you can read what letters that is, but it's very complex. And I think what you were talking earlier about readability, it's really important, because especially if someone's going past, probably not in this instance, but if someone's going past fast, or it's quick, or it's on a track side, the person might only have like half a second to look at something. And I was driving down the motorway the other day, and there was so many like complex pieces. It's just like blah 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 blah, and someone had done some kind of symbol, and it was like, oh yeah. And that's why I think symbols can be such a good way. There is someone in Melbourne who's just doing actually a high-heeled shoe. And if anyone spots that, I'll let you work out who that is that's doing that. Okay. Yeah, that was a really good choice as well, this photo. And also I really like the fact that you've then tied it in together with, you know, things you've seen abroad. Okay, let's pick up the pace here, because we're going to run out of time and I've got to start work in a minute. Okay, so for audio only listeners, this is a Mopsy, I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm just going to zoom out. So this is, where is this? What does it mean to you, and why the hell have you chosen it?
So this is, Mopsy. I think that's how you pronounce it. Maybe Mops, not sure. This is a photo I took in Melbourne a few years back. This one appealed to me, again, legibility, but it's simple, and I love the texture that it's on. I was having a discussion with some friends recently about like what are you enjoying painting on at the moment, and like for me, it's like a fence with a backing on it, whether it's just like, you know, that fabric textured stuff that sits on the back of building sites, and then a fence on the front. Like, it's not designed to be painted on, and the aesthetic is it's a very street aesthetic, which feels like, you know, very graffiti. And here it's the surface is under a bridge, and it's just got heaps of bolts either side, and it's created quite a unique texture. The spot as well is in quite a busy area of the CBD, so it does beg the question, like, what did it look like, this person getting to this spot, and was it smooth sailings, was it interrupted, or it makes the mind wander. I was at a stoplight waiting for the lights on my push bike, and that's when I noticed it and took the flick.
And the bits we're talking about, so these bolt bits, what is the technical term for that? Do you know what those bolt, because it's basically under a metal bridge and it's like loads of bolts, so it's like the M is got all, it's like the surface has got bolt, I don't know, the term is like bolt heads or whatever, probably not a bolt head, that's and then the O, the P, the S is like on a more smooth surface, and then the E has the bolts. But if I really like how, if you look at the shadows, or the 3D, whatever we want to call it, they've obviously had to do that really fast, or they've done it really fast. Yeah. And this is going to be controversial. I would much rather see something like that than an overly polished production.
Definitely.
I don't know. Maybe people are like, fuck you. But
no, I'm with you. It's just the simple stamp and the location, and I like a bit of dirt. It is what it is. Yeah. If it doesn't turn out great, like, that's fine. That's what it is.
And we're now going to shift to the next photo, which is probably not the complete opposite of something that's quick and fast and simple, but let's mix it up. And this is what I was going to say, is you don't have to just love one type of graffiti in your life. You can love all different types of graffiti, or whatever the fuck you want. Don't let anyone tell you what is or isn't graffiti because they're an angry middle-aged man. Yeah. Or middle-aged person who goes, no, it doesn't look like subway art, so it's not graffiti. Fuck off. I thought the whole point of this stuff was you can kind of do whatever you want and make it whatever you want. Okay, so this is a Arrow MSK. Oh, it was MSK at that point. HA and VMD. So, can I guess, is this in Brighton in England by any chance?
Correct.
Yay. There we go. Okay, so... yeah, let us know why and what this is all about, because this is very technical in comparison to a kind of a straight letter-ish throw-up, which was your last photo.
Definitely. So this would have been quite a few years back. I actually used to live in Brighton for a stint, and this person was very pronounced amongst that area. Always caught my eye, just like you say, the technicality of it. Just think, holy cow! It reminds me of like a CNC machine that's kind of laser printed it on the walls. It just, like, I love the grungy stuff, but this is just like pretty mind blowing in a different way, and yeah, always appreciated seeing this stuff around, like the bevel edges. He was fantastic at that. Probably still is.
Yeah, there's so much technical skills there, isn't there? I mean, just the three-dimensional parts on the shadows where it's like the piece has been kind of like sliced in half, and then
it's kind of ripping off to the left.
Yeah, and it's just like, what? And the characters are complete. I mean, I don't know if Arrow, so when we're saying Arrow, we mean AROE. The characters, I don't know if Arrow's done the characters, but probably has. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much going on, and also I do like the tags above it where people have. So just for newbies, if there's a nice production, don't do this. Where there's that tag, a FERZ, FERZ. I mean, in your mind, you might be like walking home pissed and be like, oh yeah, well, there's a production, I'll go above it. These people have managed to stay above it, but that would be a bit annoying. But I know that's the nature of graffiti. But yeah, this is I mean, just the technicality of the part you're talking about where it looks like it's sliding down the other way. But I look at bits like this in people's pieces, like, how do you even do that? Like, it's like a. I mean, what even? It's like water. It looks kind of like a mix between a leopard print and water.
Sort of like almost like an oil spill.
Yeah. That is way more of a. But then, how do you do that? Like, how the fuck do you do that as an effect? I guess it would be. I don't know. We're speculating here, but anyway, we haven't got time. We haven't got time for this. But yeah, shout out for this piece. And that's a really interesting thing where you've kind of seen the different. You've chosen pieces which are very different, or examples of graffiti, because you can like different types. Okay, let's get through these last two. So next up is a tag by. I had a big long debate with a mate when we were quite drunk about what this person writes. And I was saying, I'm pretty sure I was saying it says Dizzy, and they were saying it says something else. But this, I believe, is a tag. So this is a tag for audio-only listeners, a tag on what appears to be something filled with, like, ball pit balls, and it says DIZIE. So yeah, do you want to tell us a bit? Oh, and there's also another Dizzy tag there, a bit further down on the other sign. So yeah, why have you chosen this one?
So Dizzy's been quite prominent in the Melbourne scene for quite a few years, actually. Pretty ugly style, with respect. I think they would agree to some extent. But I've always liked their work.
Yeah, me too.
It's just the dirty kind of bombing approach. So I've been a fan. When I saw this tag in particular, like, that's not close to the ground like that. I'm imagining him and some friends kind of doing a human ladder to pull that one off. But that's a fluffy torpedo on Smith, and that is their logo at the front. It's got like a ball pit effect, and it kind of reminds me of the whole tags on art thing. Maybe they aren't, but if tags in the simplest form is just lines, and what is art comprised of? Like lines and shading.
Yeah.
So like and people talk about like the validity of tags. Like if you do a like calligraphy style thing on a canvas and then put it on a wall, that resonates with people as like it's more creditable as art. And this is kind of going in that direction. Like this person does quite grungy, like ugly graffiti, but they've placed this one on like a really nice background. It's framed nicely, and it kind of feels like it's tiptoeing into like the more artsy space. I really rate this tag. I don't know if it's still there, but yeah, it seems like a really cool opportunity to like place your mark on a canvas like this. So shout outs to Dizzy.
Yeah, it's a really well placed tag, and also that's a whole other debate you started raising there, and because I always feel like chiming in on these sorts of things, and then I'm like, fuck, we're running out of time. Okay, so last one for today, and thanks for that explanation, and I really did like that point you're bringing up about like, where does it go from calligraphy on a canvas on a wall to being professional art to being beautiful tags. Okay, so this is looks like it was taken maybe on an old smartphone, because I can recognize this sort of pixel quality. I've got so many photos look similar to this in terms of finish, but it's a tag. Now, Vodka Rebus Pow. Is this by any chance in England by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, so let us know what this means to you. Is it from Brighton by any chance?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. That's my guess is done.
Your forensics are strong.
Too much nerdiness. If I did as much graph as I know about graph, I'd be a fucking king, but I'm just a nerd king. Actually, no, I don't want to call myself a king. Okay, sorry, carry on. So we've got Vodka, Rebus, and Pow with an exclamation mark.
Yeah, posse of wizards, I believe, is the crew. Kind of like Arrow. These guys were about in Brighton. Vodka's got fantastic style, quite whippy.
Yep.
Very well executed. But Brighton's not a big city, so if you're up in Brighton, like you're it's not hard to miss people. It's hard to miss people, I should say.
Yeah.
But yeah, I met Rebus once, and he was a very friendly guy, and loved seeing his tags around. And yeah, I just loved seeing the crew, and this was during a time where I was getting a lot more involved with the letter-based stuff, so I was just noticing the tags more, and this photo just resonated. Like the placement, kind of you have to hop up onto a fence to put that one there, and a little bit of camaraderie as well, putting up your mates. I feel like that would be a Rebus tag, and he's put up vodka. So yeah, kind of embracing the spirit of your friends as well and your crew.
Yeah, I mean, what I thought, Pow, because there was rest in peace, Pow was a writer from London, and he wrote Pow. He's passed away now, so rest in peace, Pow. So I thought it was Vodka, Rebus, and the writer Pow, but then as you've said, Posse of Wizards, I searched it. The only thing that came up was, it looks like, I'm not quite sure. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. I should be opening this in a different window because you can see all this stuff up here. You can see stuff up here. I'll have to blur that out. You can hear Posse of Wizards and someone's crossed it out. Is that a Rebus?
Yeah, that's a Rebus.
Yeah. So shout out to the Posse of Wizards, and someone's crossed them out and written "See you soon!" ! Fuck you. I'm like, okay, well, that's the only thing that came up. That's not what I want to advertise for Rebus, but as it came up, yeah,
fascinating. I'd see that checks out.
Yeah,
there you go. The forensics at it again, man.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is I've now realised every time I've brought up these shared screens, it's had personal details about me that I probably need to blur out. But that's what the whole thing about this is. And on that note, it's hit 8:01 a.m. We've both, I'm assuming you're working today, we've both got to go and earn some real monies. But I feel like I've really got a real insight and actually geeked out about graffiti to start off the day. So thank you so much for doing this.
Pleasure.
And yeah, I think I'm probably going to stop recording and now have to switch to like thinking about my paid employment. So thank you so much.
Having me, Mr. TD.
Cheers, mate.